What is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some more Resident Evil Remake gameplay for you. And today I've got a mystery for you guys. It's no surprise that with a franchise as old as Resident Evil, you're bound to have a lot of mysteries or questions you've asked in terms of how did this happen? Who was behind this? How does this make any sense? Or what the hell were they doing? But there's one mystery that's really bothered me more than anything else. And I think the thing that really bothers me is like I've never heard anyone really talk about it. And I've always been fascinated by it because it's just, the more deeper you delve into it, the more questions you're going to ask. And what's cool about it is you can see this mystery within a minute of the game starting. You know, after you watch all the cutscenes, this mystery unfolds a minute into the game. The only thing you got to do is you got to play as Jill, because you won't see it if you play as Chris. But basically, you know, when you play as Jill, you go into the dining room and you'll have Barry investigate the blood. And eventually you're going to go through a door and you're going to encounter one of the more famous sequences in Resident Evil history is when you encounter the first zombie. And that's where the whole mystery unveils itself, with the first zombie. Now, it's not a mystery of, oh, is he truly the first zombie? That's not my whole thing. The thing is, this zombie is a very special zombie, because the more I delve deep into this, what's about to happen, the more questions I'm going to ask. So here you go, he's eating poor Kenneth here, and he's going to do the whole famous head turn. Now, what's going to happen is normally, you know, you can do multiple options, but for the case of this, I'm going to start out, as soon as he turns around, I'm going to run out of the room and go back to Barry to play the sequence. And I'm not going to fight him, but I'm going to go in here and you'll have the sequence play. Now, watch the sequence very carefully. So, you know, Jill comes in here, alerts Barry, and the zombie comes in here, and Barry pulls out his gun, and he fires 3 times at it. And the third time, he supposedly falls over and he's supposedly dead. And they question, like, what is the thing? What's going on? And they're going to report it to Wesker. So, you know, once this cutscene is done, you know, yeah, he's dead. He's on the ground. Looks seemingly done. Okay? So, we're going to go. We're going to report to Wesker. Now, as we're going to the door, you notice something. As we're right at the door, he gets up. And he leaves the whole thing. He's out of there. He's gone. You know, just go back here to see, you know, if he's truly gone. He's gone. Like, he's out of there. He dipped. He got out of there, dodged, like, really quickly. And obviously, they can't let us go through the door until we report back to Wesker. Now, here's my questions I want to ask to start this whole mystery. First question. How in the world did it take 3 shots from an effing Magnum that Barry has to put this guy down? And I did a little fact check on the Magnum, and this thing is really powerful. Like, this thing can basically put down just about every boss in the game. I know you can mod the weapon to get it early, but if you do get it from Barry after he dies, this thing can one-shot the Tyrant phase 1, 2 shots for phase 2, but that begs the question, how did it take 3 shots to put this simple zombie down? Not to mention, why wouldn't he just explode just by the force of that Magnum, especially with his head? But I guess you could argue Barry was shooting at his chest, which begs the question, why wouldn't he just aim at the head? He's really close by. But then it gets to the next part. He didn't obviously die. The zombie got up and walked out of the whole place. So my question to you is like, how in the world the zombie survived the 3 shots from the Magnum and then all of a sudden just decided to dip out of the door? Like, wouldn't he just chase after Jill and Barry? They were still in the same room when he left. He had to know they were there, but he just, I guess, became self-aware and said, you know what, I'm going to dip. I'm going to get out of here. That's a lot of questions right there. Like, is this zombie different from the rest? Is he that durable? I mean, I've never met a zombie that can take 3 rounds from a Magnum and then keep going. Have you guys? Because I sure as hell didn't. But here's the weird part, because after all these cutscenes play out, when you go back into the hallway where we first encountered the first zombie, I'm going to go back in here. I'll go down to the side where we first encountered him, where you see Kenneth on the ground, and you know, nothing unusual yet. But when I go back the other way, go down this part of the hallway, there's a zombie here. Now, he looks similar, I guess, to the original zombie we encounter. I can't 100% confirm or deny is he the same one. You know, but, you know, we're going to kill him here. Could he be the same one? He's just wandering the hallways now. I thought, you know, hey, that's plausible. And the weird part is, though, he goes down really easily. Like, he's done, and you'll see the blood spill out on him when you know he's dead for the time being until he resurrects as a Crimson Head. But basically, yeah, he goes down, and it makes me wonder, like, you know, he took quite a lot of bullets. You know, the 3 rounds from the Magnum, he's able to get out, if that is to be believed to be him. But here's the problem. I don't think it's him at all. Because here's the whole reality of this whole situation. Let's just say that after we encounter him for the first time, we redo the sequence, but we just decide to shoot him right from the get-go. We don't walk out the door just yet. We'll just shoot him right here, and we'll take him down for good. So, and I was wondering, you know, would I need to blow up his head just to confirm it? But honestly, I don't even need to do that to confirm what I'm going to get to the point here. But take a few shots, and we put him down, and eventually we see the blood come out of him. So now he's dead, right? That one is down. He's done. He's not coming back for a little while. At least not for this next scene. But when you go through the door, you still realize that the cutscene still plays. Now, you could argue maybe it's done automatically. It's going to play nonetheless. But then it begs to differ, you know, who is this guy? Is that another zombie? Is there 2 of them there? So it begs the question, like, who was the first one that came through the door? Like, they obviously can't be the same thing, right? Because, you know, when we encountered it the first time, there was only one thing through the whole hallway. There wasn't more than one. But here, we already put the one down, and I guess maybe he got up, right? Maybe that's the only thing we could think of. Like, oh, maybe he got up, you know, after all this stuff, right? But that's not the reality at all. So when I went through the door again, I expected to see a zombie walking down the thing, him. But as I investigated, no, it wasn't a zombie like we saw in the first time. So obviously, that other zombie that went through the door, I guess he went away or whatnot. I don't know what happened. He's gone. But here comes the weird part. So when I go back here, right, I see something I didn't expect to see. The zombie we put down earlier. Yep, that's the one we put down earlier before we went through the door with the scene. So who was the zombie that went through the door then? I just assumed it was him getting back up. Just it's supposed to do that by default. No, it was a brand new zombie. And now that zombie is gone. So now we got a whole plethora of questions here. Is there more than one zombie in this whole sequence? Is there 2, maybe 3? And the one in the hallway that I went to the right in the first scenario, that obviously couldn't be the same one that exited the door now because of this scenario. So my question is, what is the whole mystery with the first zombie? Is he a specialized zombie? He's apparently really durable, and he knows how to get the hell out of Dodge too. And I guess he's self-aware based on these sequence of events. It doesn't make sense in the first one either because who else would come through the door? But now, I don't know. I'm asking so many questions and I don't have the answers for. But, hey, that's what makes a mystery fun. But that is my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. What do you think about this? Like, what is the whole deal with the first zombie? Why is he so durable? And is there, like, more than 1 or 2 in this whole scenario which I showed you? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. And hopefully I can see you guys back in the next one. Thanks, and I'll see you all later. Peace.